Good evening, this is Jake from Jake Sports Take. How is everybody doing? I'm very good. Just got home from work, so I apologize for not podcasting earlier today. But I do on this episode. We are going to discuss March Madness. The NCAA Men's and Women's Tournament brackets were announced today. We will talk about who got screwed, who is lucky to be in, and a couple other things. Maybe some updates on Stump the Snake. Also, the World Baseball Classic just got over for the U.S. U.S. beat the Dominican Republic 2-1 in a classic barn burner. We will get to that and some other things. And so, the World Baseball Classic has been going on for about a week now. The United States, just as I mentioned, has defeated the Dominican Republic 2-1. Great game. Mason Miller getting a very good pitch and striking out somebody I have no idea, with Fernando Tatis Jr. on deck. Two of the top three teams are out of the tournament. I mean, Japan got knocked out last night by Venezuela 8-5, and now 2-1 the Dominican Republic got knocked out by the United States, which that would have been a classic matchup either way. But now we go to the NCAA tournament. Don't really follow the women's tournament. I know the UConn women, 34-0, I believe, are the number one overall seed for the women. They're going to get the easiest region. They get to play at home. The Duke Blue Devils, number one overall seed in the men's, they get the East region. But I gotta say, usually they give the hardest region to the team, the least deserving amounts of the team, the worst number one seeded team. They didn't do that this year because in the East region, there are 32 combined national championships in that region. That's crazy. I mean, St. John's is in that region as a 5 seed. I believe UConn's in that region. I mean, that's deep. UCLA's in that region. I can go on and on. You know, the bubble teams, some teams bubble burst today. VCU actually solidified. They got a conference championship, so they got an automatic bid because of being conference champion. They were on the bubble. But I did hear, while I was kind of listening to the selection show, they said VCU would have been in had they not, even if they would have lost today. No matter what, they would have been in. It would have been in. Texas and SMU got the last 2 seeds. Miami of Ohio did get in. They were in the first 4. I don't remember who they're playing, but I think they play. If they win, they play BYU next weekend. So the first 4, I believe, starts Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe, the first 4 games. The NCAA tournament, the first round, and then they go to the second round. Anyway, first 4 is always played in Dayton, Ohio, which I don't know why, but they have it off center from where they usually put the region. But we will see what happens. The team who I think two teams who may have gotten screwed the most, St. John's. Come on, they are double conference champ, regular season Big East champions. Also, their conference Big East conference champions. They get a 5 seed. They're going to play the UNI Panthers, Northern Iowa Panthers, in the NCAA tournament in the first round as a 5 seed against a 12 seed. Those matchups are notoriously unpredictable. A lot of upsets happen right on that region. As for UConn, they got the 2 seed in the East. That's shocking. I mean, yes and no, but I thought St. John's should probably be a 2, and UConn should be a 3 or a 3. But that's how NCAA tournament brackets work. I mean, I can't deny it. I love filling one out. Personally, I'm gonna get ready to fill out a bracket here shortly. When I get done with this, you can guess who my national champion is because I have been very fond of the way Duke has played this year. They played awesome. That Patrick Gungba and Caleb Foster in the ACC tournament, they squeaked by a couple games, but that happens. And maybe that's just like, oh yeah, maybe we got to squeak by a few games without some main stars, and then we can go to the actual NCAA tournament and then kick everybody's butt. That's a thing that can happen. We'll see what happens. Like I said, the main actual tournament will start, I believe, Friday night. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping it's a good tournament. I think it will be. The other 3 number 1 seeds, Duke, the number 1 overall seed, as I mentioned, the Michigan Wolverines, the Florida Gators, and I'm forgetting the other number 1, Arizona Wildcats. Sorry. It wouldn't really surprise me the first 1 seed to get knocked out, I believe, probably is Florida. I believe is the first 1 seed to be knocked out if they do. But we'll see what happens. The NCAA tournament is unpredictable. That's why they call it madness. That's why they call it March Madness. Because it can be. UMBC beating Virginia and routing them, for that matter, a few years ago. I believe St. Peter's beat Kentucky not too long ago either. There's a lot of stuff that could happen. We could have, George Mason, Loyola Chicago. They were just doing a story on the late Sister Jean, rest in peace. Helping that team spiritually in the during their tournament run. But this is my favorite time of year. Beginning of the baseball, spring training in baseball. The NCAA, March Madness. It's just fun. And knowing spring's coming around, although it is pretty cold tonight. But I do want to, say, like I said, today is a little bit of an emotional day. On the other hand, it would have been my mom's birthday. I love you, Mom. I miss you. Happy birthday to you. But this was her. She loved watching March Madness too. She always got me wanted me to help her fill a bracket out, and she would put it Jake and Deb at her work, and sometimes we did pretty good. But of course, I'd have to play biased and go Duke. But we'll see what happens this year. I think this should be pretty unpredictable. As for another team I think got toasted, I think Vandy got really screwed. They won their conference championship. They got a number 5 seed, I believe, or a 6 seed. They have to play. I think they got a 2. How do you give them a 5? How do you give them a 5 when they're conference champion? They beat two of the best teams in the SEC, and you give them a 5. That's pretty ridiculous. And then to say Auburn deserved to be in the tournament, no. I don't care how good your how many quad 1 wins you have, but you're barely 500. You're almost at 500 exactly, and you think 16 losses is going to get you in the tournament unless you win the automatic bid by getting a conference championship? No, you're not deserving to be in. Do I think they need to change the formula? Yes and no, but at the same time, a lot of these 1/16 matchups, some of them have been pretty interesting. Some of them have been just smoking. So we'll see what happens. Now, I'm going to give my Final Four projections. My Final Four, I'm going Duke out of the East. Out of the West, I'm going to go Arizona. I'm going to go, let's see, I'm going to go Houston out of the South. I'm taking the upset on that. I think they're going to get the best of Florida this year. And I'd have to look closer at the brackets, but I do think Michigan will probably go deep into the tournament. We'll see. But if anybody wants to, there's bracket challenges all over NCAAtournament.com, Yahoo, ESPN, Tournament Challenge, all that. You guys want to fill one out? Send it to me at my Instagram or my YouTube page. I'll give you this when I post this video. So I'm gonna give you, before I sign off I'm gonna give you a couple trivia questions on Stump the Snake for Stump the Snake. Maybe this is on the show. We'll see. But here it is. When was the last time? Where was the last time that Duke won a national championship? What year? And what city did they end up winning a national championship? I know the answer. I'm not going to give it. I want you guys that follow me or subscribe on my YouTube page. See if you can answer that. It's a two-part question. Where, what year, and where did they end up winning their last national championship in 2015? So, anybody wants to follow me at Duke Nats Texans Fan 11 on Instagram, at Jake Sports Takes on YouTube. Everybody have a great day. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. It is very cold out here. One more thing before I sign off. I don't know if I showed this before, but I will show it again. April is Autism Awareness Month. My brother is autistic, and I want to support. April is Autism Awareness Month, so I want found this shirt at Walmart. I want you guys to buy shirts like this, support autism. This one says autism dancing to a different beat. It's got a giraffe dancing, which I was on the male dance squad, so in the co-ed dance squad, so it makes sense. But I support autism. My brother is autistic, so always support Autism Awareness Month. Follow me at Duke Nats Texans Fan 11 on Instagram. Try to answer this trivia question. And at Jake Sports Takes on YouTube. Everybody have a good night. Stay safe, everybody. Peace out, my nerds. And hugs and hand pounds, everybody. Love you guys. Peace.